Uh, Good evening, everyone. Yeah, my name is Soundar Raj, and I work for NXP Semiconductors. Uh, Anyone know semiconductors or what is semiconductor, something like that? Yes? Fantastic. So I'll give one more a use case so that you will never forget, okay? Uh, Previously, we used to swipe cards. You remember that? Means you used to go swipe cards and then come back, right? And nowadays, we don't do that. We go and tap it, right? And then the transaction happens. So there is a technology called NFC, that is a near field communication, which goes by. And 85% of the market share is held by NXP. So, and most of the development happened in our Bangalore center. So that is one of the use cases. And second thing is, I think 6 months back, our external affairs minister announced that there is going to be e-passport, which is going to be launched in India. And NXP provides that e-passport over there for all the e-passports. Already we are doing it in Europe as well. So, these are all just two cases, because semiconductor, what happens is even the phone which we have has a semiconductor inside. And the way we are, the digitalization and digital transformation is happening, each and everything will have this chip across. So when we say smart homes, your washing machines and your fridges will start talking to the person if it is not feeling well. Today, if it is a repair, we call the call centers and then call the people here. Those things will start talking themselves. And then, they will come to get resolved. So in this dynamic thing, I'm just going to deviate from our first speaker, Pramit, from the accounting. So I'll not talk about, I'll give a different perspective of what a finance guy can do apart from accounting also. So accounting is something finance people need to know, but at the same time, we need to go beyond, right? So if you really see the journey, I just wanted to leave one key learnings today before I leave, and that is just three. So if you remember these three, then I think more or less my keynote is done. It is learn, unlearn, and then relearn. Did you hear? Learn, unlearn, and then relearn. Fine? So these three things is what I am going to speak about most of the things. One, in the context of how the organization is there, how the function within an organization operates, how as an individual it helps me in doing the same thing. So this is something, I just wanted to touch base upon. So there is a saying now. See, in 20th century, we used to say illiterate means a person who cannot read and write. Those were called illiterates. But the definition in 21st century is that a person who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn will be considered illiterates. That's because the pace of which the transformation is happening across is mind-blogging, right? Because now everybody says data is the oil, and I think you might have heard a lot of times, and you might have, whenever you used for any of your projects, you might have taken that thing. The amount of data which we collected over past several years and the amount of data which we collected past 4-5 years is much higher than what we did in decades together. So that's been the impact of the data and the digital transformation. So while I say, what is that we do as a finance profession? See, generally finance professions, what is expected is you do the accounting, you take care of compliances, and then you need to ensure to do your audits done in time, and then make the reporting, give your forecast. This is what has been the traditional finance roles which the finance guys have made. But if you see, as there is a transformation, as the industry grows, as the things around us changes, the role also gets changed. So we cannot just be at the old age of what the finance role is, and then try to get adjusted to the new scenarios. So when I say that, so today what is happening? You see, whatever finance guys used to do, today your AI, ML can definitely throw out all the reports, whatever you wanted. It can definitely give all the analysis, whatever is needed. It will tell you where exactly was the problem. And in the hindsight, it will give everything. So if a non-person is able to give everything, then what is the role of finance guy, right? Because we always thought that you have to know what is happening. But today, everything is given by the other systems very rapidly and more accurately than what we would have given previously. So then what is the role of finance guys then in the future? So is it going to go away, or there is no need for finance guy? That's not the thing. You see, the thing is, most of the time, our role of a finance guy used to always be on the back end of it. But today, the finance guys are on the front end of it. Means they become a co-pilots along with the CEOs, wherein they not only give the numbers, but they become a strategic players in the organization. So in that way, they don't say, oh, this was wrong, you should have done something like this. They say, okay, this is something which is going to happen, so let us work together as a team and ensure that we are there in the right place when the things are happening. So the role has become a sort of a back-end role of a finance guy to a front-end role of a CEO guy, becoming a co-CEO sort of a role. So that is the strategic things which is happening. So while we talk about this, I thought maybe 2-3 instances I'll just take and ask you. People, do you know Nokia? Yes? Okay, very good. And do you buy Nokia phones today? No? Okay. That's bad, right? So why do you think you don't buy Nokia today? Outdated, right? Anything else, any reason apart from outdated? Sorry? They didn't update themselves, exactly. So see, this happens not only with the organization, but also with the people, right? And the function also. So when I say why Nokia did not make it, is because they were they were very clear, saying they have learned how to make the best device, and they said this is the best device available, and you users should use this, whatever we are doing. And they did fantastically till the smartphones started coming in. And what did the smartphones like Apple or Samsung did was, see, Nokia was number one. They were the leading telephone manufacturers. They were on the high end when these guys just started as a smartphone players. But Nokia did something which the other guys did better than them. That is, Apple or Samsung, they were able to unlearn some of the hardware thing. They said smartphone will do the smart touch instead of having the hard keypads. But Nokia said, no, hard keypads are the thing, and they just stick down to whatever they have learned and whatever they executed very well. But they did not unlearn, saying, okay, there is a possibility, saying, yeah, this can be, a smartphone can also be better, and we'll migrate to that. They just stopped there. And if you see where they are today, nobody is willing to buy anything, right? And if I had to put that across myself, say I know some accounting, I do some finance, and I just say, okay, I'm very good at it, and I will not adapt to whatever is happening across my ecosystem or across my context. What do you think they will tell to me if I go and ask for a job? They think you're doing very well, but you don't belong to the new place, because they have moved out on this journey. So that is where I say is, this learning, unlearning, and relearning is very critical path there. Okay, let us come back to Netflix. Netflix, I think most of you should know, right? Okay. So, see, Netflix, do you know before Netflix, there used to be called Blockbuster. So, they used to be the rental players for DVDs in US, and they were a huge, big company. And Netflix went to them and said, the only difference was they used to have shops across and they used to rent it out. That was the Blockbuster's model of business. But Netflix went to them saying, no, we will courier it and we don't charge fees. This is the model Netflix made. And they went back to Blockbuster and said, do you want to buy us? Blockbuster laughed at them and said, no, we will not buy you. Netflix did not stop there. What they did is, they came in 2007 streaming. Means instead of sending the DVDs, they said, no, we'll stream online. You go and download, watch whatever time you want, and then you don't have to return back. So this couriering business got cut, and they said, okay, we'll start doing streaming. So when they did that streaming, what really happened was the market had changed, but Blockbuster still stuck down to whatever they were doing. Means they did not unlearn what they were doing, so they did not do relearning. But Netflix exactly did the unlearning of their previous model, and then they got into the new model of streaming online. And then they went on. So now, today, you don't see Blockbuster anywhere because they are already busted, they are in liquidation, but Netflix is still surviving. And if you see why Netflix or Apple or, and last case which I want to tell was on Amazon. You know, Amazon started as an online platform for selling your books. That's what the initial intention of Bezos was. But then slowly they started taking other things also into their online business. They started expanding. And then there was a crucial decision which they were supposed to make, saying, should we allow our platform to be used by the third parties, that is the other competitors also, or not? That was the question they were grappling with. And what they did is they said, no, we will go and expand our platform to the competitors also. So that model really changed what Amazon is today. So what they did is they allowed all the competitors, they collected a fees for their platform, and that is when they started becoming from a pipeline model to a platform model, which most of them talk about. And second thing, what is the core of Amazon is, why they do all this is, they keep the customer in the center of their decision making. And they don't go with the competition, what competitors are doing or what others are doing, but they keep customer as a centric point, and then they start revolving around that and then increasing their business models. See, that is how they evolved from being just a e-commerce to being in the storage space, and then now moving on, thriving in any of the new areas which is coming, because initially they did online, then they said, no, I need to do differently than what I was when I was just an online player. So they just said, okay, we are supporting the business, the operation works differently. So whatever learning, they just unlearned, saying, okay, this is how the book business is going to happen. The relearning that it is, now we will start engaging in the platform and we'll support the operations through the platform. So that engagement is happening very continuously. So that adoption is the key here, right? Means you should never get into fixed mindset and say, yes, I know everything, I will not do anything beyond this. So many people would have told, no, after the college, you stop learning, right? I am saying is, you come to the business world, you will start learning every day, once again. So learning is a continuous process. So it's not that, it's not learning really does not mean we will say, read the book and, try to note down and make notes and, give something. No, that's not the learning I am speaking here. When we say is how the business models are made, why this company is more successful than other company. When you just look through that, okay, this company is successful because they have done something XYZ correctly. And most of the things, if you really realize, the companies by default would have been a customer-centric, and their adoption have been very well, the management with which the decisions are making. And they're always looking at being a growth path, means irrespective of what the challenges they come by. So generally, there is a saying, when the opportunity knocks, we say it is a disturbance, right? We say, why this guy is knocking? But most of the time, we forget to realize opportunity doesn't come in a platter, okay, you should understand. So opportunity comes, means when there is a difficulty, that is, you should think, okay, this is the opportunity I have, and I need to go and take it up. So that is where you get exposed to more things, and then, you become much more than what you think you are. So when the opportunity comes, just explore, and then that will really make things happen. So we were just talking before we came to here, and one of the things we are saying is that mostly people are looking at the packages, for the job rather than the roles. So I'll just put an anecdote of myself. So, so when I started, so my college, I'll just give a background. My college, I had a very fantastic group, and most of them were rank holders. So it was in a state of Karnataka state, we had like 1 to 10 sitting here, second, fourth, fifth, sixth year. And I was not a rank holder, okay? So you don't have to feel bad. So, after our 12th, one of the things they did is most of the people who were rank holders, they said, no, we'll do the BCom and then go ahead. And a few of my friends, we said, no, we'll not do that, we'll do CA. So that point in time, at least our mindset was, let us keep 5 years. In 5 years, if you are not able to do, then we have to just, exit out. So that was the thing. And yeah, fortunately, I think things worked with me, or maybe I was fortunate. I was able to do within 3 years. I think we cannot do below that. So that was the available thing. So I was able to do it in 3 years and then come out. But one thing I noticed was the people who were rank holders, when they came into doing this professional course, they were not able to do within 3 years. They took 4 years after doing their BCom. And so I'm saying is by then I'm in the industry, I'm working for somewhere, but still they are doing it. I'm saying is that one small decision, right, of ourselves being more learning and relearning and looking into new options, if we don't do that, you lose that opportunity. You can always follow the crowd and just go with them, but you are among 100. Just see if you can be among one. And second thing I just wanted to quote before that is, I started and I had my friend also, and I said I will go and do my CA, so I went for internship. He said, no, I'm going and I'm working part-time, so he went work part-time. So at that point in time, I'll say, he was getting around 10,000 initially when I went, so, and you should ask me, what I was getting. Any guesses what I was getting as an internship? One number? Sorry? 500? 1,000? Okay. 300. Okay. So he was getting 10,000, I was getting 300. That is how I started. But the thing is, after that, he is still at 10,000 to 12,000, but I am moving to 20,000, 30,000. So the growth path after my C has been much higher. So generally, why I am trying to tell is, don't take the first thing which is higher, will be higher. It's not the first thing which is important. First thing is you have to learn. Once you become important, then the package will start following you. So you don't follow the package. So you have to work on the reverse side of it. So when somebody is saying 10 lakhs, you don't worry. Even if you're getting 5 lakhs, if you have a good exposure, I'm saying down the line, you will always beat him. And the thing is, everybody's journey is different. So don't try to compare. Say, okay, he's my friend, so he has got this, so I will also have to get that. So don't do that. Similarly, I was talking, I think the professors were saying, there are startups which is coming up, but people don't know whether they should take there or not. See, I will say is you should put the design thinking part of it here. So what does design thinking say? Somebody? Anybody? Okay. See, design thinking says is you make a product, make it faster, make it more workable format, and then see if it is working or not at the cheapest cost. So I think same thing you should do in your professional life also. Means if you want to try something, try it now. If you want to fail, fail fast. But failing is nothing. You will have a lot of experience which you are going to gain there. So when some decisions are made, somebody is making a decision, it is not like, they don't know. If you are not exposed to that, you will never be able to make a decision then. So you see, if you go to you can go to a best of multinationals. What happens is the processes are all set there. So I go. I go there. I can become a small part of the whole wheel, right? But you go to a startup, you will have to build that wheel. So think you are just running one part of the wheel where you are versus you building that wheel itself. So that is the experience levels which you will change. So I'm not saying, if you are comparing, this year versus next year. No, don't think. See, it's not a sprint, okay? It is a marathon. So you don't think, 100 meters I have run, so it is done. It's a marathon, so you have to keep doing it. So you have to keep revisiting what you are doing and then get there. So for this, as I said, once again, what we have to do is come out with the learning, and you have to unlearn whatever you learned. You think, okay, this is the best way to do. See, you will be riding bikes and all, right? So what you do once you start taking the car, see, in bike, you can suddenly take a right, take a left. So go whatever way you want. Do you do the same thing when you take a car? You don't, right? So what is that you're doing invariably is you learned how to ride a bike, you unlearn how to do that, but you relearn how to drive a car. And this one is, by default, that is the process. You have to continue. It keeps continuing on all other activities in every aspects of our life. It doesn't stop there. Once we stop, for whatever reason, if we stop, it means we are stopping the growth path of ourselves. So how does the growth comes? Growth comes is only by adoption, by having a resilience, saying, okay, we will do that. And then your growth automatically will follow after that. I don't want to adapt. This is the way I am. If that is what we are saying, we will become irrelevant down the line. I'm not saying, see, it's like this, right? Don't leave your value, but at the same time is, at least try to understand what exactly is the other things are. Without giving a thought of what exactly is the other thing, if we just make a decision, then we are somewhat constraining our own growth. See, it may not look very in a short term, but it will be visible very long term. So this is the aspect I thought I'll touch upon. And by ending that, what I'm saying is, please learn whatever is to be learned, unlearn what you have learned, relearn if something new has to be done. Because everything happens that way. I'll just stop with my one last analogy. I thought it will not rain today, but it is raining heavily. So what is the option I have? Anybody? What option I have? I have two options, right? One is I can room, worst day to trip about saying what is happening.
GIBS, fulfilling your dreams. Learn.
Things which we can, even if it rains, you can still move. So that is the mindset we should make. So most of the time, most of the decision we make is because of the mindset. So just to have how the growth mindset comes is just by adopting. Means you have to adapt yourself. What you did in your schools, you did not do in your high schools. What you did in your high schools, you are not doing in your professional education colleges now. What you have reading here, you are not going to do in your professional. I think I've emphasized. I hope everybody is getting the three things, right? If you have got it, I think my thing is done. But any questions, please go ahead and ask. Anything? No? Okay. With that, thank you very much. And I thank the management team and the organizing team for a fantastic event like this. Thank you.